All right. So I think it's time we have a real conversation about this team right here. And this team being the Detroit Pistons. First and foremost, I want to say kudos to them for winning 13 games straight, right? At the time of this video. But furthermore, I want to say that this Detroit Pistons team may be for real. I do not think this is in no sense of the word a fluke team. Yes, granted, they are in the Eastern Conference, but I think this team is one to be reckoned with. Because not only do they have a superstar, or I'm going to use that, I don't know if I want to use that word as loosely as possible, but Cade Cunningham is a rising star in my opinion. MVP candidate Cade Cunningham, had it not been for SGA and Nikola Jokic playing at the level that they do on a nightly basis, and of course Luka Doncic, I think Cade Cunningham would also be in the runnings for MVP. In my opinion, he could be as far as top 3 on the MVP voting right now currently in the NBA. I look at this Detroit Pistons team and I look at what they've been through over the past few years, right? Not counting last year where they did actually make the playoffs. But let's go back when they were losing games where they looked like, okay, they're in games, but they're losing games. I just always thought they were one of those teams that didn't know how to win games. You add a coach, now you guys know how to win. I think they built the right way through the draft with Cunningham, with Duren, who's a double threat any night. You add in Sar Thompson. You have a veteran presence like a Tobias Harris. You have a sharpshooter in Duncan Robinson, who was rolled off with the Miami Heat because he could not defend. Now, mind you, he's still not one of the best defenders, but he can still shoot that basketball. And when you have a willing passer like a Cade Cunningham, that makes your team even more threat from the outside. Now, they did lose, Malik Beasley, but he was replaced. I think now with the addition of Jaden Ivey coming back from injury, that makes them even better. You add in a guy like you add in a Stewart. You add in, little pieces here and there. They even have emerging talent coming off the bench. So I look at this Detroit Pistons team and I say, outside of the Cleveland Cavaliers, I like what I've been seeing from the Toronto Raptors as well. But what I've been seeing from this Detroit Pistons team this year so far early on, I can honestly say that this team is going to be one that's going to be making noise when we're discussing teams in April and May. I'm not going to go as far as to say the Detroit Pistons will be representing the East in the NBA Finals, but this team is one that's exciting to watch. 2, they have stars. I like Cade Cunningham a lot. I like Jaden. I like Duren a whole lot. I think this team is going to be one that's not going to get easily pushed over on a nightly basis. I think they're going to come out and play their hardest. This team is one that when you look at it at the end of the season, I think they're going to be up there with a team that, 50 plus wins, multiple all-stars, maybe a coach of the year candidate. We'll see how far that goes, but this Pistons team, man, is one that I think is currently on a lot of people's radar, and I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think this is a fluke, or are the Pistons the real deal? Let me know.